I keep seeing more and more people worried about how much time you need to invest into Lost Ark. But what if I told you that you don't need to invest nearly as much time as you think in order to reach endgame content? There is but one word that hides the truth behind being a successful Lost Ark player, and the word is consistency. Now, before you get the wrong idea, being consistent does not necessarily mean that you have to play 16 hours a day and do all the content available on 10 different characters. Not in the slightest. Lost Ark is a very special game with some particular mechanics that allow for different types of consistency, thus allowing even most of the more casual players to reach endgame with very low effort required. And today I will teach you about these mechanics, as well as give you examples of how I personally save a lot of time and get very rewarded for what time I invest into playing the game. Before we jump into it, let me quickly introduce myself. I've been playing Lost Ark for over a year, and I've also been making content for a while now. I'm still learning something every day, and I'm very passionate about the game, and I'm also very dedicated to being a Lost Ark content creator. I make videos on YouTube, and I've also been streaming more often over on Twitch, so make sure to drop me a follow and come and say hi sometime. Just for the sake of context, this is my account currently, and this is my time played, which includes the closed alpha test and the beta test. My characters could easily be higher item level if I was playing more efficiently, but this is the exact point of this video. So back to the main topic. You're curious about the trick, right? It's not consistency itself. The trick is finding the way you can spend the time you spend in-game efficiently and staying consistent with that method. This might sound intimidating to some of you, because I know a lot of people don't play games to optimize their time and they just want to have fun, and that's completely fine. At the end of the day, what matters the most is you enjoy your time that you spend in-game. But the trick that I'm about to teach you literally takes minutes to figure out and saves you actual hours every day, especially if you have more than 3 characters, which you really want to if you want to be ready for content when it's released. Yes, Lost Ark is a grindy game, but it offers you tools that allow you to spend less time and still get very rewarded. One of these tools is the rest bonus. Rest exists for 3 types of content: Chaos Dungeons, Guardian Raids, and Una's daily tasks. Whenever you skip doing any of these on your character, they store the energy that you wasted as a rest bonus, and they translate in a 2-to-1 ratio, meaning for 2 times missed loot, you get 1 times loot back the next time you clear that specific content. This bonus gets stored up to 5 times, but you can only harvest up to double loot each time. I personally only use this system for tier 2 Guardians, which are arguably a waste of time if you don't play all day long, but I do play enough to justify doing them. The very least I would do if I didn't have much time to play is my Chaos Dungeons and daily tasks on each of my characters. Chaos Dungeons give a big variety of resources, including silver, which you will likely struggle with when you start honing above 1370, unless you have already been spamming your Chaos Dungeons on multiple characters. If you can't afford to play every day, that is still fine thanks to the rest bonus. If you skip 1 day's worth of loot, you get 1.5 days loot the next day for 2/3 of the time it would require otherwise. If this is the situation you're in, you should, in my opinion, adopt the mentality that you didn't waste half day's worth of loot, but you played for less time and got more rewards. How much time is worth investing in certain content will always differ from person to person, so I can't say that you should do this and that and you're good, but if you can, you should aim to do all of your Chaos Dungeons every day, and if possible also do your daily tasks for Leapstones or Silver. If you can hardly do that every day, and you also already have at least 1 or 2 tier 3 characters, I would just skip lower tier Guardian Raids altogether. They barely give you anything other than Leapstones, and in a lot of cases they take longer than the tier 3 Guardians on your main. You can also do only 1 Guardian Raid every other day, which will result in 2 kills worth of loot for having spent time only killing a single Guardian, thanks to the rest bonus. Sure, this way you lose out on an entire day's worth of loot, but you also get a day's worth of loot for spending 5 to 10 minutes, which is a really good trade-off if you don't have much time to play the game. The whole point of this video is to make you realize that you can still have a decent progression pace, even if you don't live and breathe Lost Ark or have it injected into your veins. Sure, playing more will net you more rewards, but is it really worth it if it stresses you out? No, it's not, and that's why I'm here to help you. find ways that keep the game relaxing and enjoyable. Let me show you how I like doing my daily tasks. I have pretty much all of my characters currently set up for Leapstone dailies, and I have a pre-Phaeton and a post-Phaeton setup. Both of them only take a few minutes to complete on each of my characters. The pre-Phaeton dailies include the Shoeshire Bandit daily, the Anika Bunny Petting daily, and the Toto Silver Island Stone Collecting daily. They each take about a minute to complete. The post-Phaeton dailies also include the Shoeshire Bandit daily, and the other two are both in Phaeton. The first one you can do once you reach item level 960, and you just interact with 2 objects. The other one makes you throw something at a tree sentinel, and that's it. You get your rewards and you're done with both dailies in pretty much 60 seconds. The Tree Sentinel daily you need to unlock by killing some random Tree Sentinels anywhere inside Phaeton, and when you kill them, there's a chance they drop an item that allows you to do the quest that unlocks the daily. The most used spot for the daily is right here. Setting these tasks up for your characters take only a few minutes, and they reward you very well for the amount of time that they take to do. That's why I wouldn't try to use rest bonus for daily tasks, because they take no time to complete at all. You can also set your alts up for Lopang Island dailies, which take up most of your Bifrost tallies, but they let you farm silver every day with literal zero effort required. This is what works for me. Having these dailies set up allow me to comfortably complete them every day on each of my characters. It doesn't mean that you also have to do this. If you're doing something else that you enjoy, then go for it. That's the most important thing, that you're enjoying your time. Let's also talk a bit about alts, a bit more specifically. People seem to be under the impression that you need to play alts every day and play 16 hours a day to get anywhere. And that is just not true. As long as you have your alts and play them from time to time, whenever you feel like it, they are worth having and will slowly climb the item levels and will start generating more and more significant amounts of income. There are times when even I don't play my alts for days, and that's completely fine. They generate rest, I play them afterwards, and I get hit with the big dopamine dose. I get tons of mats, tons of silver and all that, and as a result I look forward to playing these alts again. They also offer different playstyles, which makes it, for me at least, a lot more enjoyable to play them. Whenever I'm playing on my main, I'm actually anticipating doing the same content on my alts in the future. It gets me excited and makes me want to play even more. So yeah, your alts will just slowly climb their way up to tier 3 eventually, but one thing that stops a lot of people from playing alts is having to do the continent stories on them. Well, a lot of people actually are not aware that you can skip the second part of each tier. For example, you don't have to do the Rohendor story on your tier 1 characters, though it speeds up the process of getting to tier 2 if you do it, because you can do higher item level chaos dungeons, but it's really not a big deal if you stick to the item level 440 chaos dungeon all the way to tier 2, as long as you log into the character from time to time. And the same goes for tier 2. You will have to do your quest line or do knowledge transfer, and then you can skip the entire quest line of Phaeton. You will be able to do the Phaeton dailies even if you skip the Phaeton quest line. So unless you're looking to zoom through tier 2 content, you can absolutely skip the story, which will result in a much more relaxed way for raising your alt. I personally would rather put the time into doing the tower dungeon for a very good amount of upgrade mats. Even though tier 2 tower is a huge pain, it's still very much worth doing. And that's pretty much it. I really don't want to go much deeper into calculating how you can actually abuse the rest system in the best way possible. I just wanted to give you a look at how you can actually make the game a lot less stressful and what sort of mindset you can adopt to have a more relaxed time when playing Lost Ark. Because it really is not too much of a stressful game in my opinion, as long as you don't make it to be. All you need to do is find a way that lets you stay consistent. As long as you're logging back to the game from time to time and playing the game, you will eventually get to the endgame content. And of course, the more time you spend playing the game, the faster you can get to the endgame content. You still don't have to play 24 hours a day in order to reach actual endgame. In fact, you can get away with playing about 2 hours every other day, and you will only be a few weeks behind maybe in progression in comparison to those people who play actual 16 hours a day, like me sometimes. And if you want to see me play Lost Ark, then make sure to follow me over on Twitch. If you found this video helpful, then please do give it a like, and also don't forget to subscribe for more Lost Ark content. Thank you guys very much for watching, and I will see you all next time. Bye bye.